Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to my channel. My name's Robin and this is going to be my first ever reading vlog. I'm actually recording this introduction at the end of the week because I forgot to do one at the beginning of the week, but you know, we live and we learn. This week we went to Alton Towers for 3 days and then I had the rest of the week off, and I thought what better opportunity to get some reading in and bring you along for the ride. So without further ado, we're going to jump back to Monday and see how the week panned out. So we are back from our trip to Alton Towers now. I had a great time. I'm wearing my new, I don't know if you can see, my new Smiler jumper because that was my favourite roller coaster that we went on. I love going on roller coasters because I think I was saying to Josh, I don't feel disabled on a roller coaster. Like everyone is the same on a roller coaster. I just feel like I can take part and I don't even have to think about it, which is great. So I took with me on the trip The Labours of Hercules, which is the Hercule Poirot short stories, and I finished that. It was good. It was Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot. I love Agatha Christie. Hercule Poirot is my favourite fictional detective. I'm not really a short stories girly, so it was probably like middle of the road kind of Agatha Christie for me. But I love spending time with Poirot, and also some of the stories sort of interconnected, like some of the characters from the earlier ones came back in the later ones, and I really enjoyed that. So that was good. I have a question. I also started on audiobook Zodiac Academy, and it's marketed as sort of bully romance, but I'm like not that far into it. Hang on, let me check. So I also started Zodiac Academy on audio, and this is marketed as like bully romance, and I'm trying to read a few different like subgenres of romance this year because I'm not really a romance person, but I do enjoy romance as part of other things. So I'm reading like different subgenres of romance to see what I like and what I don't like. This is bully romance. I'm a quarter into this book. This is going to be spoilers, by the way, so if you don't want spoilers, like skip ahead. But so far, they've been physically assaulted by other students at the academy in front of teachers, and apparently that was fine. Sexually assaulted by this guy because he's an alpha, and apparently that means he can do whatever he wants. Okay. There's been a teacher who is a vampire who has non-consensually drank from a student, and there's also this same teacher has been encouraging other students to compel the two main characters to do things like against their will and against their consent. And also one of the guys who I think is going to be a love interest later in the book has like burned off the main character's clothes and left her standing naked there in front of everyone. I'm just a bit confused, and I'm wondering, is this bully romance and therefore the genre isn't for me? Or is this just Zodiac Academy? And I could look at other like bully romances and I might enjoy them more. Because for me, like sexual assault is not bullying, it's a crime. So I think that book, I am DNFing it if that wasn't clear. Zodiac Academy, definitely not for me. Bully romance, maybe not for me. If you enjoy that, that's great. Like, I'm happy for you, but I don't. It makes me feel extremely uncomfortable and I didn't enjoy it. So I will be DNFing that. Now that I'm home, I'm going to be picking up Riftborne again, which is, I didn't get any of the books to hold up before I started recording this super professional vlogging here. I'm going to start Riftborne, pick that up again now that I'm home, and give that a go. So I'll give you an update on that when I'm a little bit further through, because right now we've just got to the end of all the events that are in the blurb. That's all happened now, so I'm guessing we're going to get a little bit more content going on. And yeah, that's my reading update. I do also have a bit of a haul, because who would I be if I went somewhere and I didn't find a bookshop? So we were in Birmingham. We got the train from Birmingham back to Newcastle yesterday. And I picked up 3 books from a bookstore in Birmingham. The first one is this one, which is Death on the Downs by Simon Brett. This is the second one in the Feathering Mystery series. I've already read the first one. So I'm going to give this a go and see what that's like. The next one is Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens. I've read 2 Charles Dickens books previously. I've read Great Expectations and Bleak House, and I really love them both. So I'm hoping that I enjoy this one as well. I think I'm going to immersively read it, because that's what I've been trying to do with classics, and I'm really enjoying it and finding that it helps me understand what's going on a little bit more. And then the third one I got was this Blind Date with a Book, which I haven't opened yet because I thought we could do it together. So it says Dark Murder Mystery, Greenland Noir, Atmospheric and Immersive for fans of Dark Winds. I don't know what Dark Winds is, but Dark Murder Mystery caught my attention. So that's what we've got. So I'll just show you that again there. And if you think you have a guess at what it might be, drop your guess in the comments, and I'm going to open it now and we'll see if anyone was right. But I'm going to turn the camera off while I unwrap it, because I think the noise of it getting unwrapped that's not ASMR. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so the book is We Shall Be Monsters, and it's by Christopher Peterson. And it looks like, I don't see a publisher on here, so it looks like it might be an indie, which is kind of cool. So it says, an extreme environment calls for extreme methods. If retired Greaselandic police constable David Marazzi is to catch a sadistic killer. When the body of a missing teenager is discovered, Police Sergeant Petra Jensen's stiff and bloody clothes are found beside a nearby hole in the sea ice. The local police assume she is dead. The suicide note written in her own hand confirms it. The investigation is closed and her clothes are buried in a small casket in the pre-cut grave, one of 7 dug before winter in the graveyard above Inusuk. I'm going to have to look up some of these pronunciations, I think. A small Arctic settlement on the exposed west coast of Greenland. For retired police constable David Marazzi, the funeral is just a formality, something to be endured, if only to convince the press, the politicians and the police that Petra, one of Greenland's finest officers, is dead. As the hunt for the teenager's killer resumes, Marazzi harnesses his dog team and slips away under the cover of the winter night to begin his search for Petra, free from the prying eyes of the press, far from the restraints of the law. So that sounds really interesting. And if it is an indie, that's even better, because I love reading indie published books, so I'm excited about that. And then today we went for lunch and I popped into my local charity shop and I picked up another couple of things. So first of all is Pride and Prejudice. I have read this a couple of times actually, but I don't have a physical copy of it, so I'm gonna annotate this, I think, when I do my next read of it. And so I know I'm going to get some judgment for this, but I said I was only going to buy these if I could find them secondhand. Because, so, it's Agatha. I have read this. I didn't really like it. I thought it was quite bad. But I know a lot of people do love it. And I then read the second one and I preferred the second one. I found the relationships in the second one more compelling and more interesting. So I've bought this secondhand so that I can do a reread, because I am going to want to pick up the new ones when they come out. I'm probably not going to pre-order them, I think, because I looked on Waterstones and it's like £25 to £30 per book. And some of my favourite authors are bringing books out and I'm only paying like £15-16 for them, and I just think that's unreasonable. So I'm not going to be pre-ordering them. I probably will wait for them to come out in paperback and then I might buy them secondhand anyway. But yeah, this is not my favourite series. I didn't like this book. I did like the second one more, but overall it's not, I don't love it like a lot of people do. So I said I was only going to get them if I could get them secondhand. And I found this one secondhand and also this one. So I'll read those at some point. I am hoping to pick up Crescent City and the other series that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head, because I haven't read those at all yet. And I would like to give those a go because apparently those are better. So I'm hoping to give those a read as well at some point. But again, I'll probably try and get them secondhand or maybe on my Kindle if they come up on the 99p deals. But yeah, so that's where we are. That is the reading update and the life update, I guess. And I'll be back when I've read a little bit more of Riftborne to give you an update on that as well. Hello, I'm just here with a quick reading update. It is night time now, as you can tell from, well, I was about to say as you can tell because I'm in my pyjamas, but let's be real, pyjama time is a state of mind. It is night time, it's about 10 p.m. I've been reading Riftborne today, which is this one. I've just got to show this every time I hold up this book because it's just so beautiful. I am not gripped. I'm like 150 pages in, and I'm not gripped. Like I picked up my knitting and I finished this sock, and then I remembered, I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to be reading. Like, it's not holding my attention as much as I would like it to. So I'm only halfway through. There's still like, well, I'm slightly less than halfway through. There's probably like 60% still to go. So I'm hoping it picks up in the second half, and we'll get a little bit more sort of about the characters and the relationship. But I feel like it's been very slow at the minute, and there's just a lot of like mundane day-to-day stuff happening when she's literally just nearly killed like multiple people, and there doesn't seem to be any urgency about any of this, and I'm just like, do we not want to, you know, pick up the pace a little bit? But that might be coming in the second half. I will keep you updated. That's as far as I've got today because my concentration's been honestly in the bin. It might be a me problem. It might just be ADHD in today. But yeah, I'll give you another update when I get closer to the end. Hello, this is going to be my final update for this vlog because it is Sunday the 10th of May right now. So I've done a vlog for the week. I'm quite proud of myself for how well I've remembered to check in actually, because I thought I would do like one day and then forget. So I'm pretty pleased with this. But anyway, final update. So this week I've been reading Riftborne by Grenwich and Lennox. I can't remember, I don't think I actually told you what this is about. So I'm going to do that now. And if I did tell you what it was about previously, then I'll cut that. So I'm just going to read you the synopsis. The dust jacket, this is the dust jacket by the way. It's not on the book because I don't have dust jackets on the books when I'm reading them, but this is the synopsis. So, decades after a rebellion tore through the Isle of She, Fia Riftborne has learnt 3 important lessons for survival. Keep your head down, don't draw attention to yourself, and avoid the She Guard at all costs. That isn't so easy though, as she harbours a secret power, one that would paint a target on her back if discovered. And, after a simple errand goes awry and her explosive power erupts, Fia knows she can no longer hide in the shadows. Instead of the swift punishment she expected, General Larrick Ashford offers her an ultimatum: join the She Guard or face execution. Soon, Fia faces another impossible choice: surrender to the chaos within and risk destroying everything she holds dear, or become a weapon to the hands of those who took everything from her, including the alluring general who is starting to consume her every thought. So that's the synopsis. I've been reading this week. I'm halfway through now, and I did an update the other day that said that I'm not really very gripped, and I'm still not. I think everything that I just read in the synopsis there, that's all that's happened, and we're halfway through. So I'm like, is there going to be another plot point at any point? Or I don't know. And also, and this might just be me, because I understand that like obviously romance hits different for everyone, but for me, I can't understand her attraction to this man who is literally like the symbol of the oppression of her people. Like, I don't get that. And he hasn't even really done anything to make her feel like that. Like, he's not really, he hasn't killed her. And that is essentially the most that I can say about him. Like, that's it. But what I really don't understand is why he is interested in her. Because she's like, she's a weapon to him, basically. But I don't understand why that would make him have romantic feelings towards her. I just don't really get the romance, I think. But I am going to finish it. Like, I'm not DNFing it because I love The Ascended and it's all in the same kind of universe. And I want to complete out the series because Duskbound comes out next month. And I want to finish it, but I'm not gripped at the moment. So with that in mind, yesterday I could feel myself getting like a bit slumpy and thinking, oh, I don't want to read at all. So I knew that I needed to pull myself out of that. So I started 2 things that I knew would help with that. And I started an audiobook, which was the Midsummer Murders, the 6th Midsummer Murders audiobook. It's called A Place of Safety. Would I recommend this series? Probably not. I love this series because I love the TV show. It's really nostalgic for me. I used to watch it with my grandma, and the first 5 books are based on the first 5 episodes of the TV show. So if you have like nostalgic feelings about the TV show and you love it, then yeah, you might enjoy the books. Otherwise, they're full of like misogyny, racism, homophobia. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of problems with them. So if you don't have any feelings towards the TV show, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But I knew that it would help me get out of the reading slump, so I've put that on. I've got like 2 hours left on the audio of that. And the other thing that I picked up on my Kindle was Darkened Magic by Haven Price. I love Haven Price's writing. I just find it so incredibly readable. And I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say because writing, obviously, the base function of it is to be readable. But some writing, I just find myself like getting through really, really quick because it's so propulsive. And that's what I find about Haven's writing. I've read her other series, which is Errant Reapers, and that's like one of my favourite series. I absolutely love it. And this is the Vivian Foxworthy series, which I've just started. So the premise is that we've got Vivian Foxworthy, who is a magician, and she runs a shop. And she meets this guy in a bar, and he comes to her the next day and is like, I've got a job for you. I need you to find someone. And it turns out that this person that he needs her to find is actually her ex-boyfriend. And that's where we're at the minute. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. And I'm really loving Vivian's character. I think she's really compelling, and I also relate to her heavily. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. I am going to finish Riftborne, but it's just going to take me a while because I'm not gripped. But the second half might pick up, I don't know. But you will see that in a future video. So I always forget to say this because I've done 2 videos before and I didn't say this in either of them. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the like button and stick around to hear more about the books that I'm reading and my thoughts on them. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This has been my first reading vlog, hopefully first of many. So yeah, if you have stayed here till the end, then drop me an emoji in the comments. Maybe like, is there a roller coaster emoji? If there is, drop me a roller coaster emoji for the beginning of the week where I was at Alton Towers. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.